Lagos, Nigeria, the center of excellence. The city in Nigeria with the largest population of Nigerians and expatriates in Nigeria. Wherever you find humans, you must always find something. Shelter, housing, places of relaxation, offices, and workplaces. The real estate industry is one of the most lucrative industries in Lagos, Nigeria, for 1,001 reasons. Above all, every man, every family needs a place to sleep, to survive, and to thrive. Today in this video, we'll be uncovering the crazy real estate market in Lagos, Nigeria, from scratch to finish. And if you are enthusiastic about starting one, this is the video for you. I am Z, and welcome back to my channel. Statistics has it that Lagos is made up of 80% water. Yes, 80% water. So you might ask, how were all these buildings built? How was man able to overcome the water issue? How were they able to do this? Well, most of the lands in Lagos, especially on the island, are all sandfield. Yes, you buy a plot of waterland, sandfield, and you build, which makes it even more expensive to build in Lagos. Here's what I mean. So, as you'll find, even the ground I'm stepping on at this point has been sandfield. And it's still going to be sandfield for a lot of part with water. This is how most of the lands you see on island and most of the houses you see on island are built. You sandfield before building. This takes time. It also takes a lot of resources. But you gotta do what you gotta do. And that's it. Did you know that over 600 people move to Lagos, Nigeria on a daily basis? Lagos, they say, is a land of opportunities. You never say or you never know what you might find. Lagos can be likened to an ocean. The depth is without borders. You never know what you will find. You just have to go searching. Therefore, where man is, there has to be shelter. Then you always realize that the real estate market in Lagos is here to stay. Gone are the days when you could get a decent house in Lagos for about 20 million, 30 million. Now, to get a decent house in Lagos, you would have to scratch the bottom part of your pocket. And because here, they try to give you the best. Well, that's if you get a good developer, because in recent times we've seen a lot of buildings collapsing due to substandard materials. Now, like I said, before you're able to get a stable land like this in the island, in most part, you have to sandfill. By sandfilling, I mean getting sand. Yes, you could actually get from the depth of the sea, just like this. Now, you realize that The real estate market is one of the surest ways to get a quick return on investment because you can actually have people pay for homes off the plan and on the plan. What do I mean? Once you're a credible developer and you have a property for sale, people would actually want to even buy before the property takes off because it could be cheaper. Now, the real estate market in Lagos is so competitive that people do a lot of things and they call it bonanza or promo. Take for instance this property. This is a property I'll be showing you very soon. It's the first solar powered estate in Lagos, Nigeria. Here, once you buy a home, you get a chance to win a brand new car. Yes, a brand new car. These are some of the incentives some developers are using to lure people to their business. Yes, it is legit, it is credible. That shows you how lucrative this job is, how lucrative this industry is. Now, let's itemize some reasons why the real estate industry is the new oil well in Nigeria. The very first reason is the collapse of the mortgage institution in Nigeria. Now, we do not have a functional or functioning mortgage institution, and even if we have, people are not utilizing it. So, as you would have in places like Canada, in America, you have people buying properties based on their credit load, right? There's credit scores where they have mortgage institution paying off their loans for them, and then they pay back over a period of time. Now in Nigeria, to purchase a property, you pay outrightly, either outright payment or with the payment plan of the developer. Some developers give you as high as 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, or even 6 months to pay up your money with an interest on it, obviously, and then you have that. But the mortgage institution, as we know it, is not functioning in Nigeria, so you don't have that. We used to have the Nigerian Housing Fund, which was actually put in place to ensure that people are able to access loans so long as they contribute 2.5% of their monthly income to the fund. But however, I don't think that is functioning. If it is, please let me know. I don't think people in Nigeria use the mortgage institution as they should. So you have a lot of developers who are paid outrightly by Nigerians because a lot of developers are actually private people, private institutions. So they have their own terms and conditions. Now, in Nigeria, the law says he who owns the land owns whatever is on the land. So you are at liberty to peg any price on your land. So you can see someone who wants to sell his land for 10,000 naira. No one is going to question him. You can see someone who wants to sell his property for 1 billion naira. You're not going to question him because he decides what he wants to sell, because you can't determine what amount he has expended in developing that property. Hence why the real estate industry is more like the oil well of Nigeria right now, because it is somewhat unregulated. So you can't peg a price on what someone will sell or buy his property. Two, another reason why the real estate industry is actually crazily lucrative at this time is because of the return on investment. Some people make as high as 200, 500, 1,000 return on investment on a development on the property. Yes, that's true. Like I earlier said, no one tells you the price to peg on your property. Now, a property is valued or is pegged, or the price of a property is pegged on the perceived investment that would actually come to that property. Now, you understand that a developer can go to a thick village and then develop something, build something, and then wait for when something would happen. Let's take, for instance, the person goes to a village and buys a property from the community, and tomorrow the government wants to build a power plant, the government wants to build a hospital, wants to build something. You understand that that place is going to open up. Hence, the value of the property is going to skyrocket. Two, you understand that places like ShopRite and Spa and all these places bring development to places, right? So if a developer perceives that any of that is going to happen, then be sure that the value of that property would actually skyrocket, because they do not have to even wait for estate valuers to come value the property. That's solely because the real estate industry is grossly unregulated. So you do not have to wait for someone to come value your property before you can peg a particular price to it. Thirdly, the third reason why I think that the real estate industry is crazily lucrative is because developers also put the price tag on the property depending on the kind of neighborhood or neighbors you'll be having. Now, take for instance, you're going to be a neighbor to Davido or Tony Lumelu. Trust me, they're also going to put about 2 or 3 million bucks on top of their head because you're going to have great neighbors. So depending on the neighborhood, if it's a place for the 1% of the 1%, be rest assured that the property price there is actually going to be so exorbitant. So like I said, depending on who your neighbor is going to be. If you're going to be neighbors with Messi, aka Chike, the musician, and the rest of them, be sure that the property is also going to add a few million naira because of those people. So the perceived environment, the perceived people, the perceived celebrities that are going to live in that vicinity actually also increases the price tag on that property. These are some of the reasons why I feel like the real estate industry is grossly lucrative. Another thing is that the price of building materials are also affected by inflation. Today you can have the cement going for 2,000 naira. Tomorrow you wake up to 4,000 naira. Tomorrow you wake up to 3,000 naira. Next tomorrow you wake up to 4,000 naira. Forex exchange as well is not on the developer's side. So at all, what they try to do is minimize their losses and also optimize their profits. So these are some of the reasons why the real estate industry is grossly lucrative. Another reason is that people will always want to have a home. Nobody wants to be homeless. Just to the next reason. Lagos, Nigeria is one of the major contributors to the revenue of Airbnb. You understand that since the inception of Airbnb, a lot of apartments, buildings have been converted to that purpose. So you have a lot of Airbnb going on in Nigeria, solely and grossly beneficial to people in Lagos, right? So yes, the Airbnb industry is also a thriving industry, which is also a sub-sector of the real estate industry in Nigeria. So you have a lot of that going on as well. So people do not want to stay in hotels anymore. Some people just want to have the luxury of home away from home. So you have the Airbnb, and it's also a thriving business here in Nigeria. So people go to developers who are building terraces, semi-detached duplexes and duplexes, purchase these properties and convert them to rental properties, which is another reason why the real estate industry is very lucrative, right? You have a lot of diasporans who are abroad and making cool money from Nigeria because they have rental properties in Nigeria that are making them money on a monthly basis. Now, you understand that unlike the real estate industry abroad, Nigeria's real estate industry is a per annum kind of industry where people pay rent per year, right? So you can have that as well. So you have that yearly income, that bulk money coming to you on a yearly basis. So that's why the real estate industry is one of the most lucrative industries to actually venture into in 2022. I hope with this few points of mine, I've been able to let you know that yes, in as much as a lot of people are leaving Nigeria, some Nigerians in diaspora and even Nigerians in Nigeria are building crazily. Like, people are still investing in real estate that you'll be surprised at the amount of people who are leaving versus who are currently building in Nigeria. Yes, home will always be home, and if there's a time to build, it is now, because the price is never going to go down. Regardless of what happens, Nigeria is still going to remain the giant of Africa. And if you want to get into this industry, I am your girl to go to. So let me know in the comment section. Send me an email and I'll be able to hook you up in any part of Nigeria.